Of all the places to see new content for KH4, I never thought I'd see it in a Nintendo Direct. So a Nintendo Direct was released about a week ago at the time of this recording, and it gave out two Kingdom Hearts announcements. The lesser of the two is that the Kingdom Hearts series collection will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. This includes the updated versions of KH1, KH2, Rechain of Memories, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, and KH3 with the Remind DLC. Movies will be included as well. No dumb cloud versions this time, so you will actually be able to get these on a physical cartridge to play, or download them digitally. I already have these collections on PlayStation, but hey, I have no problem buying them again. I get to play them on the go, so that's enough reason for me to buy them again. But now to the real stuff. Kingdom Hearts fans have been starving for any KH4 content since the teaser trailer that came out 4 years ago. Good gosh, time has gone. Aside from a measly social media post almost a year ago, we have had almost nothing in terms of news or update on development. So to the point that some fans basically decided to give up on ever seeing anything. So let's hit some of the things I saw in the trailer that I found interesting. I'm mostly going to focus on the story side, as the gameplay seems to just be KH3 again, which I don't mind, with this mysterious build system that we briefly saw during the Nintendo Direct. Anyways, let's get started. Among the many people wearing black coats walking around in this trailer, the focus and narration comes from a particular one. She has a female voice, so it's definitely not the Master of Masters, and she speaks on how Quadratum is a realm where the metaphysical aspects of light and darkness don't exist. However, Sora's arrival to Quadratum seems to have brought these aspects of his reality to unreality, hence the super scary dark side. Perhaps Strelitzia also has something to do with this, but it seems more so that Sora's involvement brought the darkness. I've seen some theories going around that this person speaking could either be Scold or Master Ava. I'm leaning towards Ava since Xigbar/Lushu specifically stated that Ava carried out her role and that she wasn't around when the other foretellers were revived at the end of KH3. It would make sense that perhaps Ava stuck around and also somehow made her way to unreality like the Master of Masters did. I'm pretty much of the belief that Scold is Subject X, and during the KH3 secret report, it was stated that she was taken somewhere after she was experimented on by Ansem the Wise, so she could also be in Quadratum. But Quadratum seems to be like a purgatory of sorts, or an afterlife, considering that Sora is here after a sacrifice in KH3, and same with Strelitzia after she was killed in Union Cross. We do see a snippet of Strelitzia talking with this hooded figure, so that could be interesting, especially if this person in the black coat is Ava. Back in Union Cross, Ava had originally chosen Strelitzia to be one of the new Union leaders after the original Keyblade War, but her death at the hands of a possessed Ventus derailed those plans. Perhaps Master Ava is in shock at seeing Strelitzia, or perhaps trying to jog her memories. Next we get flashes of other characters, including another person in a black coat. The first two I am almost certain are from the cancelled game Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. I think the first one is Sigurd, and the other one I'm not too sure of, but he also looks like Noctis, which further confuses who and what Yozora is supposed to be, but whatever. Though some people also theorize that it is Vali from Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. And while they definitely look the same, my question would be, why him out of all the characters? Why not Vidar, or someone like that? Also, Quadratum may be a sort of afterlife, but I don't think it's for everyone. Why would the final world exist then? Moving on. Next we see Luxord, or I guess whatever his human name is. But this isn't a surprise considering the ending of the Limit Cut episode in KH3 Remind. And the whole wildcard thing back at the Keyblade Graveyard further adds to his further involvement in this new saga of Kingdom Hearts. Luxord will probably serve as Yozora's second in command, fighting to help Yozora save the girl we saw in that one Vera Rex cutscene. Cue a quick scene of the other hooded character walking past some falling black feathers. I bet that one is probably the Master of Masters. The biggest scene for me in this trailer is probably the one that most fans are the most mixed on. That is the apparent return of Xehanort in Quadratum. Like most things, this isn't a super big surprise. There was artwork from Nomura a few years ago that showed young Xehanort walking in the rain while holding a pale umbrella. Also, in Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, young Xehanort says to Ericus that he would need 13 lives to do all the work he needs to fix the world, obviously referring to Organization 13, and then one more lifetime to live in the new world that he had created. This is that extra lifetime, though considering the ending of KH3, this is certainly not the world that Xehanort would have expected to be living in. I bet that this version of Xehanort will have no memory of his past and was probably banished to Quadratum by Kingdom Hearts as a punishment. Not necessarily just because of his evil actions, but Xehanort, similar to Sora, also tampered with time in order to achieve his goals. The only difference is that technically Xehanort followed the rules, whereas Sora didn't. Either way, Xehanort's powers will most likely be stripped from him just as Sora's were originally. That does bring up the interesting question of how Sora got his powers back. Chirithy said in KH4 Remind that Sora would lose his powers and would vanish from reality, being seemingly perpetually stuck in the final world. Sora's canonical/non-canonical confrontation with Yozora would seemingly pull him into unreality and thus Quadratum. The scene in the teaser shows that Sora regains his power once the Heartless start to appear in Quadratum. So perhaps this version of Xehanort may regain his powers and even his memories as he continues to interact with Sora, who would now have the Keyblade back. After a few scenes of gameplay, the trailer ends. It doesn't give a release date, so this trailer is the epitome of being starved for weeks, getting one good meal, and then potentially going without food for like another month. However, the silver lining is that the trailer being shown in a Nintendo Direct confirms that KH4 will be released on the Nintendo Switch 2 alongside other platforms. So you know I'll be playing this game on the Switch 2 even if the graphics are slightly inferior. I am excited, but I don't expect this game to release for another year at least, so I won't be surprised if this game returns to the ether for a while again. Oh well, that's all from me for now. God bless, Neon Star out.